Lonzo Ball's basketball journey has always been one of immense promise shadowed by frustration, and now it has reached one of its most emotional chapters. According to a recent report from the Sports Rush, the Chicago Bulls medical staff once told the point guard he might never play basketball again. If for any athlete, those words would feel like a nightmare, but for Lonzo, whose career has already been derailed by multiple knee surgeries and setbacks, it was a devastating moment that forced him to face the possibility of an abrupt and tragic end to his NBA career. The revelation not only exposes the brutal physical challenges he's faced, but also highlights his mental resilience and relentless pursuit of recovery, despite the odds stacked against him. Before we go deeper into this emotional and inspiring story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you more updates, stories, and deep dives from around the NBA world, especially those that show the human side of the game we all love. The news surfaced as part of Lonzo Ball's ongoing comeback narrative, a storyline that has intrigued fans and frustrated analysts alike. Once viewed as the cornerstone of the Bulls' future, Ball was the engine of Chicago's offense before his knee injury in January 2022. The team's record and on-court chemistry changed drastically after he went down. Without Lonzo, the Bulls lost the rhythm, spacing, and defensive energy that made them contenders in the Eastern Conference. While DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine tried to keep the team afloat, the hole left by Lonzo's absence became impossible to fill. The turning point came when Bulls doctors, after multiple failed recovery attempts, gave Ball a harsh prognosis: he might never play again. The injury, officially described as a cartilage issue in his left knee, didn't respond to conventional treatment or surgery. Even after 2 procedures, Ball continued to experience pain and instability, preventing him from running or jumping without discomfort. This level of uncertainty would shake even the most confident athletes. For Lonzo, it was a crushing blow. Yet instead of giving in, Ball decided to fight back. He sought second and third medical opinions, consulting top orthopedic specialists across the country. Eventually, he underwent a rare cartilage transplant surgery, a procedure typically reserved for athletes who are desperate to save their careers. It was a last resort, and the risk was enormous. But Ball's belief in himself never wavered. The surgery marked a turning point in his recovery and potentially in his life. What's remarkable about Lonzo's story is not just the injury itself, but how he handled the adversity. Many players, after hearing they might never return, would quietly retire or fade from the spotlight. Lonzo, on the other hand, chose transparency. He has consistently shared his progress and setbacks with fans, often through podcasts, social media updates, and interviews. In doing so, he's become a voice for resilience, showing that vulnerability and perseverance can coexist in professional sports. The Chicago Bulls organization, for its part, has walked a fine line between optimism and caution. Head coach Billy Donovan and the front office have often expressed support for Lonzo, but they've also had to prepare for the possibility that he may never regain his pre-injury form. The Bulls have adjusted their roster accordingly, bringing in guards like Ayo Dosunmu, Javon Carter, and Kobe White to fill the void. Still, the lingering hope within the franchise is that Lonzo can make even a partial comeback. The emotional impact of Ball's situation extends beyond the Bulls' locker room. His younger brothers, LaMelo and LiAngelo, have publicly voiced their support, describing how difficult it's been to watch Lonzo struggle with something he loves so deeply. LaMelo, now a star with the Charlotte Hornets, has said that seeing Lonzo's battle has changed his own approach to training and recovery. The Ball family's tight-knit bond has been both a comfort and a driving force for Lonzo as he continues to fight his way back. In the wider context of NBA history, Lonzo's injury and comeback attempts echo those of other players who faced career-threatening conditions, like Grant Hill, Derrick Rose, and Sean Livingston. Each of those names represents both tragedy and triumph. Men who saw their potential derailed but found ways to reinvent themselves. Lonzo's story could soon join that list, depending on how his recovery progresses. Recent footage from Bulls training sessions and workout clips shared by Lonzo himself show encouraging signs. He's been seen running, cutting, and shooting with confidence, movements that were impossible a year ago. While the Bulls have not provided an official timeline for his return, the tone surrounding his rehabilitation has shifted from hopeless to cautiously optimistic. Teammates and coaches have described his presence as uplifting, and the organization remains committed to supporting him, both medically and emotionally. One of the most striking aspects of this journey is Lonzo's mental strength. In a recent podcast appearance, he revealed that the moment the doctor told him he might never play again was the lowest point of his life. But rather than sink into despair, he used that moment as fuel. "It motivated me," he said. "If they're saying I can't, I want to prove that I can." Those words encapsulate the mindset of an athlete who refuses to let fate dictate his destiny. Fans across the NBA have rallied behind Lonzo. Even rival team supporters have expressed admiration for his perseverance. On social media, hashtags like #PrayForLonzo and #LonzoComeback have trended multiple times, a testament to how his story transcends team loyalties. It's not just about basketball anymore, it's about the power of determination in the face of uncertainty. For the Bulls, the stakes are clear. If Lonzo can return even at 80% of his former self, Chicago gains a defensive anchor and playmaker who elevates everyone around him. If not, his absence will continue to haunt a franchise that once believed it had found its long-term leader at point guard. The front office's decisions in the coming months, whether to extend his contract, pursue trades, or rebuild around other stars, will likely hinge on his health status. As for Lonzo himself, his priorities seem clear: heal, compete, and inspire. He has spoken about wanting to serve as a role model for young athletes dealing with injuries or self-doubt. In an era where social media amplifies every success and failure, Lonzo's authenticity stands out. He doesn't sugarcoat his pain or oversell his progress. He simply keeps working, one day at a time. The next NBA season could mark the defining chapter of Lonzo Ball's career. Whether he returns to the court or not, his resilience has already earned him a place in the hearts of fans who value character as much as talent. For the Bulls organization and the basketball world at large, his journey serves as a reminder that greatness isn't only measured in points and assists, it's also measured in courage, perseverance, and the refusal to quit. Lonzo Ball may have once been told he'd never play again, but as long as there's determination in his heart and belief in his mind, his story is far from over. Before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories about the NBA's most inspiring players and the moments that define them. Your support keeps us bringing these powerful narratives to life and helps build a community of basketball fans who believe in the spirit of the game as much as its statistics.